Hey there, thanks for visiting my brand new board game channel. My name's Clarence, and my channel's name is Alien Meatballs. So, this channel is all about board games. And while not specifically about solo, it's gonna be mostly about solo board games. So, I play games with my kids and my wife, family. We have a little game group, and we play every month ish, give or take. But I play solo board games pretty much every night. So I'm a huge solo board gamer. So a lot of this channel is going to be about solo board games. To kick off the channel, I'm going to do a top 10 list. It makes the most sense to put out there what my favorite games are, my interests, and that way as I'm talking about games, whether you should steer clear of the games that I recommend or seek them out. If our tastes align. I will say, just so you know a little bit about me, I'm not super critical, meaning like there's games I don't like, but I tend to like most games. But I do like some more than others, obviously. So, but I don't usually play games and think, oh God, I hate this, never want to play it again. I can usually see the fun in a game, take them as what they are, pretty open minded. So I'll play a game and be like, oh, that's pretty cool. But that being said, I still have like my games that are like, I love this. This one is good. So there's still difference, but you're not going to hear me like bash on games, at least not very often. And I probably wouldn't really spend time talking about games I don't like anyway. That's just not really my style. All right, so to kick it off, I am going to I'll spit out a couple honorable mentions real quick, just because this lists are kind of hard. I like a lot of games, and so the way I made my list is with Pub Meeple. And if you're not familiar, basically you plug in your whole list of games that you want to be considered, and then it will start matching them up head to head. And so it's going to say like, and this is the key point. It will say, which game would you prefer to play, this one or this one? And it's important because it's not saying like, what do you think is the better game? If it said that, I could sit there forever analyzing like, well, what's the better game? This one has better mechanics. This one's kind of well thought, so that would be really tough. But when it says, which game would you rather play? That makes it very easy. On any given day, it could change, but like, I would rather play this one right now. And so that's how this list is based on what would I rather play. So these might not be the best mechanical games or like perfect, but they're the ones that when I think about them, I'm just like, yeah, I want to play that game. Like they make me excited. They have good mechanics, in my opinion, and typically the games I like have really good mechanics, really good theme, and tie it together well. I really like to get like immersed in it and find pieces. But these games are like, when I think about them really quickly, I just think like, yeah, I love that. I don't really have to think too hard. I just like it and I get excited about it. Okay, so to kick it off, my honorable mentions, we got Final Girl, Meadow, Zombicide, On Mars, and Kanban EV, which honestly, like either of those, any of these could probably be really close to my top 10, but Kanban and On Mars are almost like I really like those games, but they have so many rules. They're also kind of like hard too. So I think sometimes when I think to play them, it's like I'm most likely gonna have to go back over a few rules, and refresh, like the nature of Lacerda games with me. So that could be what pushes them back a little bit. Honey Buzz, Black Angel, Arc Nova. Black Angel is one like that game is really good, and I never really hear anybody talk about it. I've even heard a couple people say that they don't like it, and I can't tell why. Except for I'm wondering if maybe multiplayer is not as good as solo. 'Cause, like all these games, my list today anyway, this is all based on my solo plays. But Black Angel's really fun, so I would check it out at least for solo. It's so smart the way it has these different segments and like ties them together. Um, so then we'll get going on the official top 10 list. And also, so like I came up with this list, like I did the Pub Meeple deal roughly a year ago. So I'm probably going to do another one here relatively soon and see if or how it's changed. But I decided to go ahead and kick it off with this one. It probably hasn't changed too much, but I do have a lot, always getting new games, and there's a lot of games that I have that aren't considered on this list. But I also haven't played them enough. So um, Pretty soon I'll probably do another one and see if it's already changed or if not. But for right now, let's do this one. My number
10.
Unsettled. So this one's made by Orange Nebula, and looks like it's designed by Mark Nedlinger and Tom Matson. Super fun game. I'm most likely, when I think about playing this, it's because I want to explore these fun alien planets. You're flipping over tiles and they're just so creative, and it really feels like you're just like, what am I gonna interact with? And like, is this gonna be poisonous? Is it healthy? Is it gonna help me? You have your like little robot friends that's walking around with you. This cool like little mechanics of like tracking your actions on these dice. Very good for like exploring a fun planet, just having fun seeing like what you might run into. And it's kind of like a survival-y game on a foreign but really creative planet with good humor too. Like, there's not a ton of writing, but the writing that's there is it's humorous. I've even seen like some of these designers like talk on Facebook, and they're still like kind of humorous. They're pretty good. That is super fun one. My number 9.
Number 9.
Tidal Blades. This game, I love this game, and this is another one I've seen. It gets mixed results, and I'm not sure if maybe the solo is just a lot better than multiplayer, and that's how I've played it. I love it solo, and I did notice like when I read the rules and compared, like they kind of revised the solo mode. There's some special differences that make it especially good for solo, in the way it takes like some of the extra characters, so you're playing your character, but then you still have these special rules that let you use some of the powers of the other characters that would be in there. So it's pretty cool. But it adds that little bit of added depth. But I really like the dice mechanic. You're like building up these dice, and then you go and fight monsters, and you do lose your dice. I've seen people say they don't like that. Doesn't bother me. I just, I'm earning my dice. I go fight, I lose my dice, got to earn more. That's the system to me. This game is really fun. I love the dice mechanic, and it's worker placement. So you're going worker placement to build up like these fun dice and then go and fight. And it's not just fighting. You're also doing like these like events like stunts, and like you're like putting on a show in this like little world, but then there's these monsters trying to come in and invade, and that's who you're fighting. But it's not just fighting. Those little cards that you're building up, like doing these like, I think they're called stunts or activities or something. You're earning like points that way. Yep. So my number 8.
Number 8.
The Return to Dark Tower. This game, this is like they revised this from a much older game. Very cool. It's like an overland, like top view of a map. So you're kind of adventuring around on this map. You have like objectives you're trying to take over or like accomplish. The very unique part of this game is that it has this like actual mechanical tower in the middle, and it has an app that you have to play with this app. And it kind of has this pandemic-y feel just on this one part where it's like spitting out these skulls into the world that are like problems arising, and you have to kind of contain that and manage it while you're also trying to handle your objectives. And there's monsters popping up, and it has this cool like fighting mechanic when you fight the monsters, this like dungeon mechanic of exploring these dungeons like on the app. But the game, it feels like a board game, like you're mostly playing on the board, and it uses this app to control the tower and then some of that harder stuff. Very fun, very immersive. The tower is really cool. Like it will like spin, so the way where the location that the skulls are popping out onto the map is different. And those skulls, you put them on your buildings, and if you let them build up too much, they're essentially like destroying your buildings, and so you can't let that happen. That's a very cool game. My number 7.
Number 7.
Mage Knight. This game is also like an overland, like top view adventure game. You're adventuring out. Ultimately, you're trying to. It's very like exploration. You're flipping over tiles, and you're ultimately trying to find like a couple cities, and you're going to go take down those cities. Well, along the way, there's going to be like monsters popping up and like things that you'll go fight to try to get stronger. You're going to try to get spells, like these little artifacts that make you better. And your main like mechanic, well, it's like a card game. I say that like you're on a map and moving your mini, but you have these cards and it's essentially like deck building. It's just that you're not adding like a ton of cards to your deck, so it's not like this huge deck building feel. To me, that's the best kind of deck building. Like it has this game, and deck building is like helping you interact with the game and get stronger through deck building. It's really fun. It's very hard. I almost sold this game when I first like tried to learn it. So I learned the game, thought I had the rules down while I was playing. It's like, man, there's like so many little rules that like, but if I don't play this game every day, I'm gonna have to refresh. It's not really worth it. But then before I sold it, I watched a YouTube video of someone playing it, and watching them play, I was like, that looks really fun, way more fun than I was having. And I kind of like, I got it. Like, I think I get it. So I went back and played it one more time, and it just clicked. And I was like, okay, that makes way more sense playing it now that I know what the flow is supposed to look like and things you're doing. And man, it jumped to the top of my list. So like, there's that clicking point with games. I've seen it happen so many times where like a game is easily not fun, almost wanting to sell it, and then that like clicking point happens where it's just, I get it. This is an amazing game. That's why people like this game. And to me, there's really that point. And so I try not to judge a game too fast if I don't like it. I try to get to that clicking point, because that's what I call it, like a point where the game clicks. Okay, my number 6.
Number 6.
This one is Sleeping Gods. This is just the expansion box. I have the game is right up there, the one with that ship. Love this game. I play this game when I'm looking to explore an open world. You get on a boat, you have your crew, and you have this like map, and you just go out into a direction, and any location you stop at has like a number. You go and read in the book like that number, and it will tell you what's going on at that location. As you interact with locations, you might collect cards, and maybe this card has like the keyword kayak. Well, later on, if I go to this other location, it might say, hey, do you have the keyword kayak? And if I do, go here, read this. If I don't, read this. And so it's using this keyword system to determine like what part of the story you're at and how you should interact with certain locations. And that's a really cool way to like not use an app or a computer and track this whole open world system. And your ultimate goal is you're trying to find these like totems out there. But honestly, like I could sit down, I'll play this game and just explore out for a few hours. It has a save system, but like I'll put it away. I'll plan to save it. I'll save it and plan to play it again. But when I come back, I'll just start over, and like I don't care. Like to me, that's fun. I'll play a little session. So I hear people say like, it's just so long. It's like, to me, it is long, but it doesn't really have to be. I don't have to play and get the totem. The fun part is just exploring. If I go talk to this person, help this person, connect it here, that's fun. That's the experience. I can see how like if I go and play like a full 9, 10, 11 hours, you probably get even more in-depth connections and finish off some of the stories that I'm not. But I'd like to do that. But even if I don't, I feel like it's still top 10. It's still easy. It's still like easily top 10 and super fun. So when I'm looking to explore a land and just go talk with people and be amazed at awesome artwork and a fun breathing world, that's it. Hitting my top 5.
Number 5.
These are all good games. So number 5 is Burn Cycle. This is my favorite game by Chip Theory Games. So Chip Theory, they do all their characters in the games are like poker chips, very nice poker chips, and it will have like a picture of the character and all their information on it. Then you stack up health chips under them. All the board maps are neoprene, so the production is just top notch. But in this game, your little robots, you pick a robot that has fun special abilities that you want, and then you're going through like this office with all these like bad guys, and you're trying to be stealthy. Like maybe I'm trying to sneak up to the top floor, break into this office and go like get some paperwork so I can prove something and then get back out. You're not super strong when it comes to fighting, so there's bad guys kind of roaming around certain patterns, like predictable patterns, and you're trying to avoid them And when you go through doors, you're unlocking doors, like cracking codes, hacking. There's little computers. You can go up to these terminals and try to like get special abilities and upgrade. This game is so fun. You definitely play it for like that stealthiness, and then you'll probably get into a fight, but you're trying to avoid that because you're going to do really good at being stealthy. It's a cool world. My number 4.
Number 4.
Nemesis. So this one's Nemesis Lockdown, but honestly, it could be the original Nemesis. This one, like, should be careful. I think I just dumped something out. Nemesis is just really fun. The original one, you're like on the ship called Nemesis, and then on this one, you're on Mars, like in a facility. But the main deal of Nemesis is so thematic, like, and I play it, like true solo, just one character, but like you're trying to go through this ship. And as you walk around, you're making noise. If you make too much noise, the intruder, like the aliens, they're going to jump into your room and try to attack you, make it hard, and you're going to shoot at them. A lot of times I'm trying to just run away because they're a lot stronger. They're pretty scary. So you do have this sense of like trying to stay kind of stealthy in this one too. But, you'll do shooting if you need to. And then you're trying to complete an objective, but the variable setups of this game make it so cool. So like maybe I'm trying to get off of this spaceship, but I don't know if these pods are going to leave at the right time this time, or like fires are going to start, or maybe like the corporate guards or whoever comes in at the end of the game, if I decide to like bunker up and hide, they might be trying to kill me. Well, you can kind of research all those things while you're playing and figure out what's going to be happening in this game to know kind of where you want to go. Like if you're supposed to get off the ship, how do I want to get off the ship? And then you might get like attacked by an alien, then you have this infected card. You don't know if you're actually infected or not, so you might want to take time to research that, because even if you get off the ship at the end of the game, you got to see if you're infected, you lose the game anyway. So there's all these things like, do I want to spend time researching, figuring this out? How thorough do you want to be with your plan? Are you just going to go for it? Do you even have time to be thorough? Love it. Super thematic. It really like gets you into this like movie of like alien movie. My number 3 is Role Player Adventures. Now this game is made by Thunderworks Games. I had played the like original Role Player. It's really fun dice mechanics, and I love it because you're doing like this dice puzzle, and it's the super fun part. Like you're trying to get dice lined up in certain ways, and then the mitigation, like, oh, you can turn this dice once this way or do this with 3. So the mitigation is fun. Well, when I played that game, I thought, this is cool, but like just lacking so much theme for me. It just didn't connect me in. Role Player Adventures, it does exactly what I wanted. So I'm playing this dice mechanics, but you're gaining these like cards to upgrade your character, and that lets you like mitigate those dice, and you're going through an adventure. So there's story, it's a campaign, these connected scenarios through story that's fun to go through, fun characters and stuff, and then it's still very puzzly with your dice mechanics. And so that's really what's so awesome about this one. I'm getting this thematic campaign with that puzzly dice with good mitigation. My number 2 is Core Space. This is just the rule book, of course. I have the box. I think it's behind me. But Core Space, it's a miniatures game. What's so cool is like in the base box, you can buy the base box, I forget exactly, but maybe $100 roughly, give or take. But it comes with a neoprene game mat, comes with your minis that you need for the game, and it comes with all this cardboard 3D terrain to build out your whole map. So like a lot of times in miniatures games, I feel like you're getting like a book and a little bit, and then you got to like buy all this terrain to really get it to what you see in the pictures and want. This game, it comes with everything you need in the box, and while it's not high dollar terrain, it looks good, and the cardboard, it feels good. So it's so immersive, and it's a cyberpunk theme. You got your minis, your characters, you're trying to go through this world. There's bad guys, the purge are coming out. There's like little, like maybe your objective is you got to get in here, go get the code in this room, go over to the terminal, hack it, and then get out. Well, you're searching through these like little treasure chests. They're not treasure chests, they're like little trunks, but you literally open a physical lid and pull out your little guns and add them to your board if you want them. It's very immersive. And then I think what tops it off is the NPCs. You got these non-player characters that are also in this world roaming around, and like they're just there. You're not just trying to shoot them. So that really ties the world together and makes it feel like this living, breathing world that you're a part of, while you're also having these battles. And like maybe these guys are going to freak out and start shooting you too. Maybe they're not. Maybe you can recruit them. And then you can also play connected scenarios and turn it into a big, long campaign. This game is so fun. I never really see too many people talking about it outside of like my course-based groups, but for solo mini gaming, it's got a huge setup, but the game itself is just so fun. And my number one,
Number 1.
pull the box down. It's really big and it's under stuff, but it's right here. I don't know if you can see. It's Dwellings of Elderville. It's really just so good. It's made by Luke Laurie, and so you have area control with like exploration. You're flipping over tiles. That's always like fun. It builds out the world and feels good. You have worker placement, so you have your like warrior characters and workers, but it's worker placement out into this area control. And then you also have on the side this like little like all of your little areas of the world are connected to a like an element. And then you have this chart that's all the elements, and they're like a track system. And then you have a tableau of cards you're building. And the way that they're all connected is what makes it so fun. Like they're connected so well. So like you'll be going out on this world and you're trying to build settlements to get points. Well, like when I go and build up a settlement, it's going to be on a world with an element. Well, then I'm trying to go up this track on these elements. When I go and collect cards to my hand and tableau, those cards are connected to elements. So I might be looking at this card, I'm like, man, that ability is so fun. I really want that. And it's like, oh, but I really need to go up this track on the elements. And that decision and push and pull of like, oh man, which way do I go? It's a really good one because you want these fun abilities. You need to go up the track for points. And then to top it all off, the cards that you're playing them in your tableau. When you bring all your workers back, it's not a wasted like boring turn. You bring them back, and your cards that you've been playing, they have worker placement spots. So when you return your people, you're now still doing worker placement spots. So it's just so good. You're always doing things. And the last little touch too, when you're building those settlements I was telling you, you actually take a little roof and you put it on your worker. And aesthetically, that's really cool. But also you're losing a worker. So the timing of when do I build these settlements, it's a really fun decision too, because you're losing a worker to build that settlement. And man, there's combat, there's monsters, the solo mode. They designed a whole faction. It's like the ghosts of Elderville, and like you play against these ghosts, and they're designed just for solo, and it's done really well, and it's pretty smooth. They have their own little deck of cards that you're playing, tells you what they're doing, and man, it plays so well. Dwellings of Elderville. They have Andromeda's Edge that Luke Laurie also designed, the same guy. And it's based, I think, off the mechanics of Dwellings of Elderville, but it's in space. I already backed that, and so I don't know if anything was gonna bump Dwellings out of number one, like maybe it would be that, because it's kind of based off the same game, same designer. I can't think of like things I would change. I love it, but if he made things better, maybe that would be it. But I also think I like the fantasy theme a little more than the space. So we'll see. Either way, I think I'm just gonna end up with two super awesome games that I love. Yeah, that's my top 10. Yeah, thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to do more videos where I go more in depth. I was trying to do this a little bit because it's very hard for me to not talk more about these. I actually did a recording and it took like an hour, and then I realized I talked too much about these. I got to cut that out. And I probably got to learn to talk a little bit faster. But yeah, so if you want to see more of my videos or be notified, you can subscribe. I'm sure you know all that, but subscribe, like the video. I think people say that helps my videos like grow and show up more in the algorithm. So if you want to help me out, that's all I ask, really. If you don't want to see any more, probably don't do that, so it doesn't show them to you. Anyways, I'm Clarence. Channel's Alien Meatballs. Yeah, hope y'all have an amazing day, and thanks so much for watching.